I have to admit, friends, it's rare for a new horror movie to hook me. But Late Night with the Devil stands out right from the start against the countless formulaic horrors that only make you want to yawn. This film doesn't just play with genre cliches. It turns a 70s TV show into a nightmare you can't look away from. Directors, the Cairns brothers, clearly set out to prove that the old-school horror vibe can still surprise today. From the opening scenes, we're transported to the atmosphere of an American late-night talk show from the 70s, where the main character, Jack Delroy, is desperately trying to pull ahead and beat the legendary Johnny Carson in popularity. Delroy, played brilliantly by David Dastmalchian, is a show host willing to do anything to raise his ratings, even confront the supernatural. His ambition, bordering on madness, and the mystical touches give this character a charm and unpredictability that glue you to the screen. As the show begins, we meet different guests, a medium, a skeptic, and a woman claiming to have a demon living inside her. Each scene with them is filled with an eerie tension and a creaking whisper that creates a dreadful anticipation. The chemistry between the actors is absolutely captivating. It feels like we're not just watching a film, but stepping into a live broadcast, half worried that someone might just snap. The psychedelic 70s vibe is captured so meticulously that it's hard to believe this is a modern production. Costumes, sets, even the character's manner of speech, everything is crafted down to the last detail. It feels like the directors opened a portal to the past and invited us to become part of an uncensored talk show of that era. And the soundtrack, composed by Glenn Richards, raises goosebumps, intensifying that nostalgic yet ominous atmosphere. Each commercial break isn't really a break, but rather a chance for us to peek behind the scenes. That's when we see the real drama lurking off camera. Something is happening to the crew, to Jack Delroy himself, and the mounting sense of threat keeps you on edge, almost wanting to pause, as if that could hold back the approaching nightmare. It would have been perfect if not for the ending. After such a rich atmosphere and suspenseful build-up, the finale feels somewhat anticlimactic, like someone turning off the lights just when you're bracing to see something terrifying. It's not bad per se, but it leaves a sense of incompleteness, lacking that final punch that would pin you to your seat. The script and direction expertly play with the psyche, using practical effects that come off surprisingly well for a low-budget film. The worm scene, for instance, delivers a real shock and disgust. Pure magic of practical effects. Special credit goes to the costume and set designers. They've recreated the 70s aesthetic so well that even skeptics might believe in the authenticity of this show. It's also worth noting the use of AI for certain details. It adds a modern touch without feeling like a cheap gimmick to grab attention. Late Night with the Devil isn't just a horror film. It's a full theatrical spectacle with retro styling and horror. And while it's not perfect, with an ending that might split opinions, it's still a film worth recommending to anyone tired of cookie-cutter horrors and looking for something special. If you're done with recycled remakes and predictable scripts, this movie is a great reminder that fresh ideas are out there, and horror still has room for experimentation. Of course, this isn't a film for everyone. If you're seeking a standard horror flick, you might feel like there's too much dialogue and theatrical flair here. But if you want to sink into a rare atmosphere on screen, Late Night with the Devil is your pick.